guys, thank you for tuning in with my channel with your girl Zesty and the Zesty Pooh Crew. So that's right, you've seen the title. I'm going to be making some cilantro, lime, garlic pork chops. So I'm going to start out with just giving my pork chop just a little salt and pepper. I'm not going to go too crazy with it because we have a lot of flavors. And I have 3 kind of thick pork chops. So I'm going to start out there. Give it a little salt on each side. And I am going to let my pork chops sit overnight. I would say 30 minutes minimum with this recipe. Now I'm going to use a zesty herb marinade by McCormick. And to think, it's zesty. Yeah, baby. Woohoo. So for this one, it's only calls for 3 tablespoons of oil, 1/3 cup of water, 3 tablespoons of white vinegar, and then the pork. So here you go. Some of them are different. Some of them call for more oil than others. So I have my oil and my water in. I did it off camera. So now I'm just adding the 3 tablespoons of white vinegar. Here we go. Just gonna give it a quick mix. And this is going to be my pork chop marinade. So what you want to do is just simply flip it over on both sides. I'm sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to flip over on both sides. So that way it's thoroughly covered. And then I'm going to show you how to make the sauce, the cilantro garlic lime sauce. This, I always use McCormick as my base when I'm grilling meat. Most of the time, I like it as my base because it just gives it such a wonderful flavor. So I'm going to wash my hands. This is actually going to sit. So when I come back, you'll see me the next day. Yeah, baby. Let's get it rocking. What I'm doing is for the pork chops is I have a head of garlic that I'm going to chop down. I like it to be garlicky. I have a lime in which I'm going to take the juice from that lime and a half bunch of cilantro. So I'm getting ready to start chopping this stuff down. And I want my sauce to be made so that way I don't have to worry about doing it after the pork chops are done. Because you're just going to brown those pork chops on each side. And then they'll finish up in the oven. And you just want to mix your garlic up just like so. Get it down until it's minced up really good. The garlic will cook down, but I still like mine small. If you've been watching my videos, then you know I like my garlic kind of minced. Because garlic can be bitter. Too much garlic, and if it's in chunks, I always can taste it overboard. And I mean, I like it to be garlicky, but I don't want it to be, you know, to where I'm chewing on garlic. So now I'm just going to break down my lime. And I have a little juicer that I'm going to use. So now I'm just going to squeeze all that juice out. I'm going to do this for both sides. Oh, we don't get any seeds in there. So we're just going to add that juice in there. And now I'm just going to chop up my cilantro. And I am going to put the stems because you can eat the stems. I mean, they're really long ones, so I don't want it to be excessive. Just want to chop it up real good. Alright. I'm also going to add a little bit of honey. I'm going to say about a tablespoon of honey. And the honey is just to offset some of the sweetness. I mean, some of the tanginess. It's not going to be sweet. It's just going to kind of balance it out. I'm also going to hit it with about 2 tablespoons of chicken stock. And then there's our sauce for our chops. So we're getting ready to get it started. We're going to start out with about a tablespoon of butter. And I'm also going to add a little bit of olive oil to the pan. Just because I like that caramelized look that it gives you. So about a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm just going to let this come to a nice simmer. Alright, so this is the color we're looking for. And I'm just going to put my pork chops right down in there. And I only have 3 really big pork chops. And I'm going to probably give it about 2.5, 3 minutes on each side until I get like a nice little color on them. So now I'm going to give them a nice flip. I'm going to give it another couple of minutes. I'm probably going to cut this one a little bit so that way it doesn't fold. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Cut it a little bit. And that's just nothing but fat that I kept on there. So that way whenever I put it in the oven, they don't dry out. Let it render on that pork chop. We'll worry about the fat later. Yeah, baby. So now this is where I'm going to take them out. And then I'm going to get my sauce going. And we're going to place them back in here. Because I want all these little remnants from down here. So now what I'm going to do is just pour my marinade. Well, not my marinade. My mixture. Garlic, cilantro, chicken stock, and honey. And I'm just going to make sure I get all those remnants at the bottom of that. So this is where your flavor going to come in at. So you just want to gently get them out with like a wooden spoon. Of course, you don't want to use metal. And I'm just going to let this simmer a little bit. And then I'm going to put my chops on in here. And you do want to spoon your glaze on here. I have my oven set to about 350. And so I'm going to put this right in the oven. Just like this. So I'm going to let it come to a nice little simmer and then put my chops back in here. Alright, so this is where I'm going to hit it with my pork chop. And what you want to do, you want to take it, give it a nice little stir. And I'm going to take a spoon too and then put them on here. Put the sauce on top. So that way that honey can caramelize. And you want to make sure, I'm putting it in the oven for about 15 minutes. Maybe longer, contingent on how long it takes to get down to the bone. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spoon that mixture on top of the pork chop. So that way as they caramelize, it'll be good money. Alright guys, here is our lovely, beautiful, marinated pork chops. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my nice spoon and I'm just going to spoon in some of that. And you see how the honey got caramelized? Oh my God, these look so good. This is exactly how I wanted it to look. So, with that being said, I love each and every one of you guys. Try this recipe. It's fairly easy. And you know how I feel about McCormick. If you don't know, now you know, baby, baby. So with that being said, I'm going to read the positive quote to you guys. I wanted to give you guys a close-up. Look at that. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. So, the positive quote reads as follows. It says, "It is not what you have or what you are or where you are or what you are doing that makes you happy or unhappy. It is what you think about it." Perception breeds reality, folks. So let that sink in your spirit. All right. I love you guys. Until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that way you can be uploaded each and every time I deliver content. Thank you guys. Peace out.